Today we will discuss that wealth and women are something that always coexist. Like in this movie that tells the story of a wealthy old man named Bill. He is a legendary former rock musician who is spending his old age in a Bill, who is old and has a little blindness in his eyes, is hunting rabbits as a hobby to spend his days. This beautiful woman is named Isabel. She appears to be flirting. Isabel swims completely naked, which makes David feel awkward but also makes him want to see the beauty of Isabel's body. Isabel, who is still young, is always dissatisfied with Bill's game. Isabel often vented her lust on other men, and now she is curious about how David's bed game is. Isabel had prepared dinner for her husband, who was playing music like a musician when he was young. Bill began to flirt with his wife and danced towards their bedroom. After finishing making love, Bill asked if Isabel wanted to make love with another man. Isabel just laughed, even though she wanted to. Bill allows Isabel to have sex with other men as long as she plays nicely without his knowledge. The next day, it was not wasted by Isabel. She started playing with David, but still, Isabel did not feel the pleasure of making love because David seemed weak and not good at the game she wanted. Isabel had a guest named Lucas. He is the stepson of her ex-husband, and Lucas is also Isabel's former lover. He came to Bill's villa to ask Isabel to hand over the inheritance left by his father because Luke thought Isabel had done something illegal to get all of his father's wealth first. But Isabel refused because the inheritance had fallen into her hands with the approval of Lucas's father. But Lucas is not out of ideas. He prepares a flash drive containing their videos to give to Bill so that Bill is jealous and divorces Isabel so that Lucas can easily take his inheritance back. Bill arrived with his rabbit and told Isabel to prepare their evening tune. While Bill and Lucas were talking about Lucas's arrival, Lucas reminds Bill that Isabel just wants to drain Bill's property like she did to her father. But Bill doesn't mind it because he is old and has no family. They had dinner, and Luke wanted to discuss the matter of his father's inheritance seriously with Isabel in front of Bill. But Bill said that the files that Lucas brought would not be strong enough to be used as evidence if Luke deserved his father's inheritance. Lucas, who heard this, felt that all this was unfair because he and his mother, who had accompanied his father for 37 years, did not get the slightest share, and the inheritance instead went to Isabel, who was only married to his father for a few years. Isabel was unhappy with Luke's claim and said that she and Lucas's father got married after he divorced his wife, so Lucas and his mother were not entitled to the share. The next day, Bill takes Lucas hunting in the forest around the villa, while Isabel invites David to her private room to make love. Isabel felt disappointed with David because she was not satisfied with the duration of David's game. Lucas told me that he had also slept with his stepmother Isabel and recorded the scene that was going to be shown to Bill. Bill and Lucas finally returned to the villa. Bill went straight back to his room while Lucas relaxed by the pool while looking at Isabel, who was swimming. David seemed to feel upset because he could not satisfy Isabel. But Isabel will give David a last chance. But if this is the third time he can't satisfy her, Isabel will fire him. Lucas, who saw their movements as suspicious, devised a plan to bring Isabel down through her relationship with David. Dinner time arrived, and Lucas and Isabel continued to argue about the inheritance. Here, Lucas threatened Isabel that he would spread Isabel's disgrace to everyone closest to her and even to all the newspapers. Feeling depressed, Isabel also complained to Bill that Lucas would do something bad to her. But Bill, who was a senior and felt good at judging people, told Isabel that Lucas would not dare and only bluffed. Bill also suggested to his wife that Lucas's father's inheritance be divided by half because if Bill died, all of his inheritance would go to her. Isabel relented to Lucas. He met him and would give half the inheritance happily, but Lucas did not accept because he felt that all the inheritance left by his father belonged to him, and his mother, Isabel, was upset and returned to her room. Lucas launched his idea to incite David. He said that Isabel would definitely be conquered if David was more aggressive with a game style like rape. Trapped by Lucas's words, but Isabel rebelled and rejected David. Isabel's screams were heard by Bill, who at that moment took his shotgun and shot David right in front of Isabel. And Lucas, who panicked because this was not according to his plan, also tried to call the police. But suddenly Luke woke up from his stupor to find himself bound in front of Isabel, who was holding a shotgun. Isabel put Lucas's finger on the trigger of the shotgun as if Lucas had killed David. She asks Lucas to help her with the lure that she won't involve Lucas in the murder. Lucas agreed and helped Isabel take care of David's corpse. The next day, Isabel is seen swimming, accompanied by Luke, who sees her while relaxing. Lucas asks Isabel about what plans she will make next because Lucas has no passport or money to leave the country. Isabel also tried to be kind by offering him some money so that he could leave the villa, but Lucas refused. He would not leave before all the money that his father inherited could be his. Isabel tries to advise Luke not to be greedy because whatever his plan is, he will never succeed because Bill is currently away to meet his acquaintance in the police who will take care of everything. The night Lucas was drunk, he entered Bill's study and was reprimanded by Isabel. But because he was under the influence of alcohol, Lucas mocked everything in Bill's room as just a waste of time. This made Isabel angry. Luke did not accept Isabel's attitude. He also chased and tried to strangle her. Lucas continued to accuse Isabel of destroying his family, and until finally, Bill came and stopped Lucas. Bill, who already has a mature plan, offers the opportunity for Isabel and Lucas to get into a win-win situation. They also dug up David's grave and returned to the swimming pool. Bill began to give his plan. Bill asks Lucas to kill him because he is currently dying from lymphoma and other complications. He also assures Lucas that he will not be a suspect because Bill has carefully planned as if he is the criminal for David's murder and Lucas's attempted murder. If the plan succeeds, Lucas will be given a passport and his father's inheritance money because Isabel will get her husband's insurance and all of Bill's wealth. But for his guarantee that Lucas will no longer bother Isabel, Bill told his wife to record a confession about Lucas shooting Bill. So if Lucas bothered Isabel again, Isabel would spread the video to all the forums and the police. Bill pulls the shotgun shell into his chest and finally Luke shoots Bill. But the movie doesn't stop here. After Bill's death, Isabel's true nature emerges. She is a greedy, money-grubbing woman, unwilling if another inheritance was lost. He planned to finish off Lucas, but fortunately, Lucas had scissors that he hid and stabbed Isabel until she fell into the pool. Lucas tried to shoot Isabel, who was hiding under David's corpse, but unfortunately the shot missed. At the end of the movie, Isabel appears to contact someone. She says it's over, and that's the end of this movie.